All right, moving this forward, members of parliament, let's just take another story regarding public participation before we tell you what members of parliament have said regarding the consolidation of bursaries. And a public participation bill that will not necessarily take into account the public views will soon be tabled on the floor of the National Assembly.
With Majority Leader Kimani Ichungwa confirming this while contributing to a motion on public participation moved by Minority Leader Junet Mohamed. He cited the High Court ruling during the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua as a deputy president that ordered the National Assembly to conduct a fresh public participation exercise. The legislators also cited the Supreme Court decision that overturned the Court of Appeal ruling that had impugned the Finance Bill 2023 on the basis that public views were not taken into account, saying the ruling, of course, led to the loss of jobs. Ichungwa also criticized the chairs of parliamentary committees who are fond of skipping House sessions.
Judgment last night, it gave me a lot of hope. And I said I must bring to the attention of members that now the country is going to the right direction in terms of legislation. The Supreme Court said, one of the best things the Supreme Court said is that Parliament doesn't have to convince the public on what they are doing or the legislation. They just need to inform them. Information, the Speaker. You don't have to convince, because we are here to legislate on behalf of Kenyans. We are exercising sovereign power that is delegated to us, Mr. Speaker. The Supreme Court, in their own wisdom, said that you just need to inform the public. You don't need they don't have to agree with you.
Indeed, the Office of the Attorney General is in the wee hours of finalizing on the public participation bill, a substantive bill that now, even further informed by what the Supreme Court has said, will guide our public participation exercise moving forward, Honorable Speaker, so that we do not find many of the statutes that we enact into law in this House and in the other House, Honorable Speaker, being unconstitutional on the basis of public participation.
And that is why it is very important for this Supreme Court to have come with a clear distinction on what this House on what this House ought to do in terms of public participation. Because, Honorable Speaker, I was mesmerized by definitions of what a quality. You know, I read one judgment that said what was a quality public participation. The parameters weren't created. You know, what we are suffering from, Honorable Speaker, is actually what I would call judicial activism, where some people, and I say this with tremendous respect to members of the judiciary, where some members of the judiciary, Honorable Speaker, decided to be activists and populists, start making populist decisions.